back. First Man 2 now, live on Indiegogo. So today I thought I'd look at Phase 1 Fazers. Phase 1 Fazers, what is that, you ask? And why does it look somewhat like early John Byrne work? Those are both great questions. Phase 1 Fazers was a book that came out in the early 80s, and it is written by the writer is also the artist, named Vic Bridges, published by Bill Black, who is the owner of AC Comics. And it is one of the earliest publications of AC Comics. It features a super-powered teens battling an alien menace. Trained and empowered by Dr. Franklin Faze, the teen superhumans Non-Man, Girlbot, Sprint, Springer, and Hydromatic cross the galaxy to take on the evil Repta Empire. There's a backup story where you learn more about Faze Inc. and its mission. This also has early art by Savage Dragon artist, writer, creator Erik Larsen. So let's just go through some of these. It was a 4-issue series. There was also the Vic Bridges Fazer sketchbook and fact file, which I picked up. You know, growing up, I loved John Byrne. So when I saw this come out, I was like, oh, I must check this book out and get this book. I want to go through it kind of not super quick, but I'm not going to stay on every page because you know what? If you like it, go buy it. You can get them relatively cheap. And it's a fun little story that like I said, if you like John Byrne, you'll definitely like this. Vic went on actually to do Freak Force for Erik Larsen in the early 90s, early days of Image. And I believe the first few issues of that were inked by none other than Terry Austin, who obviously we all know had a great run with John Byrne. Look, early breakdancing. I mean, he's definitely a big student of Byrne when it comes to even the silhouettes of the buildings in the background, the open silhouettes, the proportion of the figures, even the tech and stuff. You know, having a trained eye now, and even back when I got in the business, I could definitely tell the difference between John Byrne and this stuff. But back when I was a kid and I didn't have as well trained eye, I was in heaven. I was like, oh my God, this is John Byrne working under a different name. So, I mean, that's the first issue. That's so Byrne, just reminds you of something out of the Phoenix stuff. Let's see. Space Arc. Bill Black, of course, known for Femforce. Here's some more stuff by Vic Bridges. Colored by Bill and his wife, Rebecca. Bill's a great guy. When I lived in Orlando in the early 90s, we'd go out to dinner once a week. John Beatty and myself, Bill Black, Mark Heike. Look at this. So John Byrne. I'll have to try and find it. I did have Vic. I met Vic at a convention 15 or so years ago, and he did a drawing of First Man for me that I actually inked for fun, so I'll have to find that. Here you go. Early Erik Larsen work, inked by Bill Black. Issue 1. Let's move on to issue 2. Phase 1 Fazers. The Fazers travel to the planet Lazar within the body of their shape-changing alien pal, Floyd. But instead of Repta troops, they expected the Fazers encounter deadly giant plants and fairy-like humanoids. Oh, no. I got to go back and reread this stuff. I haven't read this stuff in a while. Look at that dude. He's got a beak. Oh, no, my page is turned down. This book is not near mint. Oh, no, it just has something like that. It was very cool seeing Vic do Freak Force, which was about... let's see, 7 years after he did this stuff. So he grew as an artist. Still very John Byrne, but like I said, there's It was, I think issue 1 was inked by Terry Austin. Love this big panel here. Just the way, like, could you imagine if John Byrne was like, oh, this stuff's cool, I want to ink it. If John Byrne inked this stuff, you'd be hard pressed not to know that it wasn't Byrne doing it all. I do like this dude. I like all these simple costume designs. You know, you make these costumes because you gotta be able to draw them on a monthly type basis, so you don't do tons of hard stuff. That's what those guys knew. So this is Art and Story Vic Bridges, inks by Ralph Cabrera. Sorry about that, Ralph. Ralph and I worked together on Quasar at Marvel. So I worked with Ralph. Oh no, he's getting skinny. Oh, he's a skinny dude now. Pretty cool seeing somebody else ink over Vic's work in this backup story. Total John Byrne type tech. Not as detailed as what Byrne does, but you still get the sense, even in the design of the robot and stuff. Issue 3. Oh, what is happening? The excitement, the tension is building. Here you go, a splash page very reminiscent of something Byrne was doing back in the day. I'm just seeing, let's see, Vic did the writing and inking on this stuff. Bill Black might have helped out a little bit with the script. Some of these colors, you know, when you were using flat color back in the day, you didn't think of stuff. Even looking through it now, it doesn't strike me as, you know, if you were actually inside this ship, you'd walk in and go, wow, everything inside this ship is pink. Okay, it's all pink. Why did we paint our ship pink? I don't know. What the heck? But when it comes to flat color, that limited color palette, you're just like, what can I use back here that's not going to be too obtrusive and gets the job done? The Birdman. No. What's happening to him? Fun stuff. I have not looked through this stuff in years. Attack of the 50-foot question mark. And she looks like a woman. Look at this down shot right here. So Byrne looking. Just love it. Another backup story inked by Ralph. Just fun stuff from my childhood. It feels like yesterday I remember buying this stuff. The Fazers versus the Supreme. Uh-oh, the Supreme. Who could that be? Let's see. Issue 4, unfortunately, was not drawn by Vic. It was written by Vic. And he did the cover, 1986. But we get to see Eric Larson doing the pencils here. Here's some pencils of Vic's work, so you can see what his pencils look like. From a book called Venture. So this is Eric Larson doing the art on this one. I don't believe he inked it. Once we get to the credits, we'll see. In fact, I know Eric didn't ink it. I just can't remember who did. It looks like Eric was trying to stick to what Vic was doing in a way. I mean, you can definitely see some Eric in this stuff. Definitely in that face. This looks more Vic. So I don't know if he was told to kind of stick to what Vic was doing art-wise or not. But it's a nice little combination. So here we go. Script. Vic Bridges, Leo Laney did the script as well. Pencils, Eric Larson. Inks, Ralph Cabrera, Doug Hazelwood, Emil Novak Jr., Bill Black. So the only name I don't know is the Emil. Doug Hazelwood, as we know, went on to do work at DC for a long time on Superman stuff. That's very Eric Larson. But this looks like Eric's construction, doing figure construction, but trying to do a finished style, kind of like Vic was doing. So it wasn't that jarring, and I think that's why I forgot that Eric drew this issue, is because it's not that jarring of an art departure from the previous issues. Naked dude. Uh-oh. Oh, it's magic. This is very Eric. It's cool seeing young artists work and then looking at what they do now, and you can still see traces of it. So this was a nice little 4-issue story. I don't believe it was to be continued. I think it was just 4 issues. Oh no. The Battle Royale starts right here. Look at that, 29 pages so far. How did this end? I don't believe there's another issue. Good old newsprint. You guys are missing out on the great smell of this stuff. Don't miss the new adventures of the Fazers by Vic Bridges, starting in venture number 3. You know what? I think I have venture number 3 somewhere. I'll have to look and see. If I do, I'm not quite sure who drew that. But real quick, let's finish off with the Phase 1 Phaser sketchbook and fact file. So it's not a total Marvel Universe type thing. There is some story to it as well. It's written and drawn by Vic Bridges. But then we do get into some of the fact stuff. So Non-Man. I like that design. It's simple, but, you know, blue and white. It's cool. I love this. I remember seeing this as a kid because these are just shot from pencils right here. This was not inked. And then Girlbot. Springer. Carrying the lovely lady. Sprint. Hydromatic. The Rescue. I want to say that's a story. Nope, it's not. I remember seeing this as a kid, just falling in love with it. Early costume designs. These were done in 1984. Carb, Mighty Girl, Silver, and Adamant. Look at that. So John Byrne looking. So I was a huge John Byrne fan as a kid. Just really, really fun stuff. I mean, this just takes me back. I love this pinup when I saw this. This would have been so cool to see Terry Austin ink. Or, like I said, if could have got Byrne to ink it, that would have been awesome. I mean, I can obviously tell that this isn't John Byrne, but it's so heavily influenced by Byrne. I have a pinup somewhere, too, that Vic gave me a print that he did featuring, I think, Superman and Batman. I got from him back at that convention where he did the First Man for me as well. I'll have to find that First Man and show it on one of my live streams. Like I said, I inked it for fun, too. But I inked the blue line of it. This is the one right here. These two, I wouldn't be surprised if you actually looked at Byrne and actually just swiped them, because that looks like a Byrne pose. And that totally does. You slap John Byrne's signature here, and I'd go, yeah, sure. Sure, yeah, sure. He drew it, yeah. Final Phase. Photon, Imposter, Halftron, Blade. White Dwarf. Halftron, Blade. Just look at the shape of this leg and the little foot, or the foot's fine, just saying the shape of the figure, so Byrne. So there you have it, guys. Phase 1, Phasers, 1 through 4, and, oh, fold that back down, and the sketchbook, all right there. Probably find them on eBay, pretty cheap. Thanks for watching, guys.
Luke Henry, after kicking Monarch's ass to the depths of space, is back on Earth, and now he's looking to save the world from the Fourth World Foundation. Sure, he had help from Penumbra before, but she's not helping him this time. He's got to face it on his own. He's coming for a villain known as Adonis. He'll do it. You'll be there. Back it now. First Man 2, Learning.